thinking the game had gone a little bit flat, but it was Antonio Conte flat. It was by design rather than by default. They were sat in, shape was good, consolidating. The Harry Kane goal on 75 minutes, very welcome, just to give the impetus back. It's the dodgy 1-0 lead as well. Spurs fans could just relax.
But I think Conte is comfortable at 1-0. The way he sets his teams up, there was periods in that second half where they went to a flat back five almost, and they were soaking up pressure. But everyone was very diligent, doing their jobs. And even though Fulham were it's tough to say the foothold in the game, but they were kind of in the game.
At the top of his game now, he really is.
Yeah, they always say find that little bit of yard of space as a striker. He didn't even have to there. The ball almost arrived to him. No more than he deserved. He was part of a front three that right throughout the game were very effective and was probably the difference between the two sides, that quality in the final third. And Antonio Conte doesn't necessarily like to chop and change every week, even though the fixture list demands that he probably should.
Well, let's put it this way. If he's out with the team, it's going to be for a game. He's going to be straight back in. But Son might have a break. Kane might have a break. Kulusevski had a break today. But then there might be days like today against the likes of Fulham. We go with the three up top and you want to play all three of them and you give someone else a rest. So, listen, they're tremendous problems to have.
Do you risk that intuitive dynamic that they seem to have then second half today by chopping and changing, or do you just have to? You've no choice.
But if you play all three of them in a Champions League game midweek or in a Premier League game against Arsenal or a big Premier League game, you leave yourself light in midfield. It was essentially a 3-4-3 today. He might not be that brave, so he might want to go to a 3-5-2 or a variation of that. So these are the options that managers love. They crowd for this stuff.
I don't think four will start. I think it'll be free from the four, and they'll just job share it. And that's what they need. They need that strength in depth. They'll have a lot of games this season.
Try and keep everyone happy. From a Fulham point of view, obviously came into the game on a real high after the game against Brighton at the weekend and their start over the course of the 5 games in general. A good shift from them. Are they unlucky maybe not to get something from the game through Mitrovic in particular?
Well, yeah, listen, Mitrovic was very quiet, but when he gets his moment, it's a fantastic goal.
You see that ball looping and the tendency to dive for it early.
Yeah.
We got an extra step in to get there and get it round the post, and that's experience, 10 years at Spurs. But Fulham will be delighted with, Monday morning, maybe not today, but Monday morning when they come in, there's an awful lot to take out of it.
Chelsea up next for them, then it's away to Forest and home to Newcastle. It doesn't get much easier, but what we said, the cushion of the 8 points in August means that Marco Silva is not looking over his shoulders. The players aren't really under huge pressure at this point.
And there's a belief as well, more than anything, because you can maybe top up the points or get some good points early on where you've robbed points, but they've been good value for it. And I think
they've got to look at the bench as well.
Well, of course, they've gone to Spurs today and they'll be disappointed. It's a tighter game, and certainly going to North London last week against Arsenal, they should have come away with something, or could have done. So I think he'll be pleased. The start was so important that the players felt they were comfortable at this level, but more importantly than anything, Mitrovic getting amongst the goals.
And a manager, when he comes in after a game like that, you want to be able to give your players some feedback, positivity, that we competed, more than competed. You want to be Scott Parker last week getting tanked 9 and you don't know what to say, or getting beat 3 or 4 today, but he comes in today and he can say positive things. I'm proud of you, well done.
And it's not spin, is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's genuine. Some managers can come in and go, oh, lad, you were great, and you're thinking, well, I'm not sure you were.
Buying it. No, but there's an authenticity around Marco Silva and what he's doing. What about Spurs? Let's finish the programme where we started it, about that kind of 5-6 game report where midway through that second half, I'm thinking against better opposition, it's 1-1, and all of a sudden that shape and consolidating and playing within themselves.
He says a lot. If you hear about people who played for Conte, one of his big words is suffer. It's about suffer, suffer, suffer. And I think the Spurs fans probably were suffering a little bit towards the end, thinking, let's put this game to bed.